this video, we're talking about 5 very well recognized crypto projects that could do a 5 to a 10x in the next 6 to 18 months. We are not talking about 50, 100 or 1000x. We're staying real here. These crypto projects are very, very solid. Now the markets are getting a corrective move at the moment, bringing us a great buying zone. I'm going to talk about the technical analysis, not the fundamentals, because the fundamentals are already very bullish. Now with the technicals, we are going to talk about the buying zone and the projected move that we could see to the upside, where we could be taking some profits in the next 6 to 18 months. So let's dive in straight into the video. First cryptocurrency that we're going to talk about is Chainlink. I do hold a significant amount of Chainlink. It is the #1 oracle in the cryptocurrency space. And what I want to make you understand here looking at the charts is that we are going to start entering a great buying zone. We're going to go through the technical analysis, understanding that yes, we've been pumping like crazy during the last few months since September all the way till March of this year. Now, of course, in April, we are seeing a little bit of a corrective move for the altcoins that is going to give us a great buying zone. I'm going to explain with the technical analysis how this is potentially a great buying zone and probably the last buying zone for this cycle. Now, what we can see here that we have been coming from a major bear market in 2022 and 2023 going sideways in a large accumulation zone. Now, this is the first rally of the bull market, and right now we're getting the second wave, corrective wave to the downside. Now, this has broken major bearish structure. Remember, we are coming from a very devastating bear market in 2022, 2023, and now in 2024, of course, we've seen these rallies very, very nicely breaking major bear market structure. What do I mean by this? That we've been breaking here the lower highs of the bear market, creating a significant higher high here in between February and March. Now, this corrective move looks very scary. However, I want to explain to you here how after a major bear market and breaking the structure, you have a major pump that breaks the entire bear market structure, just like we've seen here with Chainlink. And I want to talk about the most interesting buying levels here that we want to take into consideration for the next coming months. Now, most importantly, when we do take a look at the chart analysis, is recognizing the timing. All the markets move in waves, and obviously we have the timing of the impulsive wave and the timing of the corrective wave. Now, when we take a look at the bottom formation here in the case of Chainlink, this bottomed out in June of 2023 at the $4.90 level. Massive rally here all the way up to $22. When we do take a look at the timing, of course, this has been over 7 months of an impulsive move. And what I want to make you understand is that this corrective move can go all the way to the 1-to-1 extension. This would bring the price of Chainlink correcting all the way till November, December of this year. So you might think, wow, that would be devastating, right? This is going to be a long time. However, this is just going to probably give you some time to scoop up dollar cost average into these crypto projects. Now, Chainlink, like I said, this is a corrective move. This is a second wave, and the second wave target zones is in between the 618 and 78 Fibonacci. Could it retrace to the 50% and get the bounce? Well, we're already crossing the 50% Fibonacci retracement from the pivot low to the pivot high. So potentially we are going to go all the way down to the 618 and even the 78. The most aggressive bearish target for a second corrective wave is the 0.88 Fibonacci from the pivot low to the pivot high. This is retracing all the way up, okay, all the way down 88% of the impulsive move. This can happen. That would take the price all the way down to $7, bringing a massive correction from current price levels of almost 50%, right? Around about 45%. I don't think the price will go as low. So we need to take into consideration the dollar cost averaging levels by every single week, by every single month, okay, at these levels, which is the 618 Fibonacci, the 78 Fibonacci would be my aggressive dollar cost averaging zone here for Chainlink. Now, the projected move, okay, no doubt that this corrective wave is going to end up at some point in the next coming months, whether we do hit the 78 Fibonacci or the 0.88 Fibonacci as the most aggressive target. Once this bottoms out, of course, we're going to get a big, massive rally. And this is likely going to be a third wave. When we do take a look at Elliott wave theory, the third wave is the most explosive wave. When we take a look at the Fibonacci extension, the most common target for a third wave is the 1.618 extension from the bottom of the first wave to the end of the first wave, and then we're looking at the end of the corrective wave, this second wave. We do not know where this is going to end. Of course, we need a consolidation. We need to break lower high resistance on the lower time frames. We do not really know where this is going to be. It might be at $9, it might be at $10, but this is a great zone to start DCAing, okay? This green box that I have in between the $8 and the $11 is a great zone to DCA. We do not know if it's going to bottom out here at the $12 zone and get a massive bounce in the coming weeks, or we're going to actually continue to the downside all the way to September, October, and even November, right? It can take some time. We've had a massive rally during the last few months, and this is normal. We should see several months of consolidation going to the downside, which is just going to give us a great buying zone. Let's stay real here, guys. We want to buy the dips. We don't want to buy in FOMO as everything is pumping. So what I want to make you understand is that this is a second wave in this bull market. We've already come from a devastating bear market. This is the first impulsive move to the upside, and now we're getting that corrective structure. 1.618 extension from the pivot low, pivot high to potentially, let's say in between $11 and $9, right? Let's just put it at the $10 range. Then possibly Chainlink could be hitting on that third wave, the $39 range. Now, third waves can extend to the 2.618 or even the 3.618. That is if you are in a very, very strong bull market. But I would say that the conservative target here to know that we are very likely to hit in the next 6 to 18 months, right? After this possible corrective move for several months that could happen. 1.618 is conservative. We can leave a moon bag such as 40% or 60% of what we got left from taking the profits, just in case we do hit all-time high and go to the 2.618 and 3.618, okay, and get a massive third wave explosion, which can be very possible. I mean, this is crypto. Crypto can get very, very explosive in the bull market. So the conservative target would be around about the 1.618 at the $40 range, giving you that 4x potential. And if you do hit the most extensive targets, doing a 6-7x, all right, from the dollar cost average zone. Guys, a quick reminder, all of the cryptocurrencies can be bought here on Bybit. They are available here on Bybit. You can buy Chainlink and the rest of the altcoins that I am mentioning, guys. You got an insane bonus down below for all of those subscribers of $30,000 and a 20% fee reduction. This is only for my subscribers. Make sure to take advantage here of this bonus, which is for futures trading, okay? We are talking about spot buys. So Chainlink here, one of my biggest holdings. I do expect it to rally very well after this corrective structure, entering here into my next buying zone. Let's go right away with the next crypto project. Mina Protocol is another one that I've been adding during the last few weeks, and I'm planning to add here at this box. This is a very, very bullish project fundamentally, and we already at the 7/8 Fibonacci retracement, which is a common target zone for a second wave. Now, yeah, of course, I do expect this to possibly go sideways. It might get a bounce, then come back down. We have been very bullish during the last few months, and it does make sense that it might be a little bit boring here during the next coming months. Also, the target zone here for buying, we are already in it, so I think that this price zone is very good for buying. It's at the 76-cent level at the moment. It could go all the way down to the 50-cent level, which would be the aggressive 0.88 Fibonacci retracement for that second wave. Now, the whole reason of this is because it's broken the bear market structure here from 2022 and 2023, creating this higher high. And I would be expecting a higher low to be formed in the next coming weeks. The extensive move here for the third wave is all the way up here to round about the $2.80, right? Depending on where that low is going to be in the next coming weeks. Looking here for $2.80 at least, which is the conservative target, and then going more aggressively. If we do break above the 1.618, we will be looking at the 2.618 as our take profit too, right? We are going to start DCAing out here with massive profits. Of course, if we do go all the way up to 2.618 Fibonacci at $4.15, buying here at the 50-60 cent level, that is giving you well over a 5x in return. If it gets explosive, of course, 3.618, that would be a very, very bullish target in my opinion. Will it reach all-time high? Will it break all-time high? Well, a lot of the crypto altcoins from the previous cycle did not manage to reach its previous all-time high. The clearest example here that I could give you is XRP. XRP just did not manage to reach the all-time high from 2017. So we want to be conservative. We want to have these targets, these extensions, because no doubt that in between 1.618 and 2.618, all right, we might create that third wave and then a corrective move and then the fifth wave here in this bull market. And a lot of people will be expecting all-time high. I'm going to take profits at all-time high. We are going to smash it and go to much higher levels. That could be the case. However, I want to take profits in this bull market, and I would be happy with a 5x to a 10x at these price targets, all right, if we do reach them, obviously, after breaking the 1.618. 1.618 being the most conservative, guys. It's a 5x risk to reward, right? It's no doubt we need to be staying realistic, because I do see a lot of 100x and even 1000x out there. We need to have our feet on the ground and be happy with a 5x return potentially in the next 6 to 18 months. You cannot make a 5x on many different stocks out there, okay? So we need to be realistic, and once we hit these target zones, we don't want to ride the entire bear market, okay, to the downside for many years. We want to start thinking DCAing out, either taking 20% of profit, and then if you hit the 2.618, take another 20-30%, right? Depending on how that 1.618 extension reacts, all right? We definitely want to consider taking those profits, right? In this case, on Mina Protocol, it would be around about $2.80, $2.90. Very important. Yes, we would need another fifth wave, okay? Anybody that knows about Elliott wave theory, we would need another fifth wave. We do not know if the third wave is going to stop here. If we do break through the 1.618 here, no doubt that I would be expecting the 2.618, and depending on how the price reacts here, well, that would be a moment to actually, start taking some very aggressive profits. These are very, very technical levels. You can see it on the previous cycles from the bottom to the first pump high to the second corrective wave. A lot of them did manage to hit the 3.618 and the 2.618. However, we did get reactions, and some of them didn't even manage to go all the way up to the 4.618, already topping out at these big Fibonacci extension levels, all right? So we need to take these levels into consideration when we take a look at the chart. Next altcoin that I'm looking at here is Mina Protocol. Same scenario. The green buying zone is in between $2.50 and $4. This is a great area to bottom out in the next coming weeks. I mean, Mina Protocol is holding very nicely this drop, but I'm looking for the 61878 Fibonacci, the 0.88 Fibonacci being the most aggressive bearish case scenario, which is at $1.90. That would bring a drop of Mina Protocol of over 60% from current price levels. So these corrective moves can get very aggressive, guys. We did see the C19 crash in 2020 that brought the price very, very low. So we could have an event that obviously brings the price to much lower levels. Something to take into consideration. This wave 2 for Mina Protocol is not finished, in my opinion. We're likely going to dip at least beneath the $4.30, and that is the aggressive DCAing zone, all right, that might take several weeks or even months before the things start rallying again. Mina Protocol target zones, same scenario. We're looking at the 1.618 to the 2.618, depending on where this is going to bottom out inside of the green box. We do have 1.618 at $16, and we have the 2.618 at $23, right? That would be just breaking all-time high. It might just wick to that level and then get a big, massive bear market, obviously, in the next cycle. So target zones here for Mina Protocol after the buying zone, 1.618 to the 2.618, in between $16 and $23. If we do manage to dip below $4, that is giving a return of over a 5x, okay, potentially around about 7-8x if we do manage to catch the ultimate lows, all right, DCAing aggressively and start DCAing out at the 2.618 if we do break above successfully the 1.618 extension. Very important, okay? We want to see that breakthrough. If the price does manage to break through that 1.618 extension very nicely, and obviously we want to hold the bags. If we do lose the 1.618, then we want to start considering taking some massive profits, because this could get into a devastating bear market, right, by the end of 2025, 2026. So they're just realistic technical targets. I'm going to show you an example from the previous cycle that a lot of the cryptos, did manage to hit the 2.618 and the 3.618 extension, okay? So they are very, very realistic targets, and we want to take those profits. Nobody knows if we are going to break all-time highs, because many of the altcoins did not break the previous highs, okay, from the last cycle. Let's go right away with the next one. Phantom FTM, very bullish on this project, no doubt. They're very have a solid roadmap, an incredible team, tokenomics are great. This is correcting very nicely now during the last few weeks. The target zones here for aggressive dollar cost averaging would be round about the 30 cents to the 50 cent level. We almost tapped 50 cents here just about a week ago. Now, if we do take a look at Fibonacci from pivot high to pivot low, we're already reaching the target zones, which is 618 Fibonacci and 78 here being a quite aggressive DCAing zone at 40 cents. This, for me, like I said, wave 2, we're looking for that explosive third wave in the next 6 to 12 months, potentially. And the target zones, looking at the extension, pivot low here of the bear market to the pivot high of the wave 1 here. Depending on where this bottoms out, we're looking at the 1.618 extension to the 2.618. That would be in between the $2 and $3.20. That's going to give you, obviously, if you do buy at 50 cents and maybe even 40 cents, that is giving you over a 5x, around about a 7-8x if you do manage to extend to the 2.618. Could we hit all-time high? Potentially, yes. This is the moment that I would be thinking about taking aggressive profits. The moment we start crossing the 1.618 heading to the 2.618, that is the moment I would be happy to DCA out, right? Sell 10%, 10%, 20%. If you do consolidate and get a major reaction at the 2.618, I would start thinking in taking most of the profits, guys. Having targets of all-time high or having random numbers as Phantom is going to reach $10 in the next cycle, these are really random numbers. We need to take a look at the technicals, okay, look at the extension moves. And like I said, we do not know if we're going to hit all-time high. So we need to have these extensions, all right, very much take them into consideration for a take profit zone. Next one is Theta. My great buying zone for Theta. We are currently just about in the buying zone, which is at the $1.80 level. If we take a look at Fibonacci from pivot low to the pivot high of this possible wave 1, we're looking at that wave 2 to bottom out in between 618 and the 0.88, which is giving you a price zone of aggressive dollar cost average of 96 cents to $1.80. This is the great buying zone. The extension move is going to give you a price target, and this one is the most aggressive one in my opinion. If we do bottom out in between, inside of this green box zone for that second wave, we're looking at 1.618 to 2.618. That is giving you in between $6.50 and $10. If you do manage to buy here round about the $1, that is almost giving you a 10x risk to reward. That is if you do break nicely the 1.618 extension, and that is what we want to see here on this third wave. If we're starting to break through very nicely, we'll be looking here at the 2.618 extension for a good take profit zone. Could we break the 2.618, hit the 3.618, and head to all-time highs? If we do manage to break through, like I said, we need to leave a moon bag. We're going to start taking aggressive profits here at the 1.618, 20% profit approximately. If we do break through, then another 20% at 2.618, or 30% and 40% or more, especially if you do get a big reaction at the 2.618 and start correcting very aggressively. That is the moment where you want to start DCA now before potentially we do get into a big bear market, right? Late 2025. We do not want to ride the bags all the way down. So you can see these target zones, all right? They're in between a 5 and a 10x risk to reward. It might be 6x, it might be 10x. You know, you need to see these extensions if they are going to be broken through very, very nicely. And just consider taking those profits in the bull market. I'm sorry, this is not a 50x, 100x, 1000x, okay, altcoin view, but I'm sorry, I'm staying realistic. I know a lot of altcoins are just not going to manage to hit all-time high, and some of them are just going to basically stay halfway through. That is going to be it for this video. Hopefully you have enjoyed. These are very good, solid projects, okay? I have most of them in my portfolio. I have Chainlink, I have Mina Protocol, I do have Theta. I don't have any NEA, but NEA is overextended. I might be buying if we do enter that buying zone that I've mentioned on this episode. Guys, you can buy all of these cryptocurrencies on Bybit. If you want to see the Bybit tutorial to learn how to trade on that platform, check it out right away. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.